There we go. All right. Welcome back. Let us maybe continue. There we go. Thank you. The Final Fantasy there was a I heard there was a Final Fantasy 12 spin-off on the GBA. Or was it on the GBA or was it on the DS? Because I know there was a Final Fantasy Tactics for the GBA, which I thought was nowhere near as good as the original Tactics. Oh god, goose. Yeah. It's another goose that's been a problem for gamers lately. Fortunately, not the same goose. Okay, Tearfing is Cursed Dark Sword. It has no attack power. It deals nothing to enemies when I attack them with it. I don't know if there's going to be a special gimmick for it, but yeah, pretty lame. But yeah, I was never a really big MMO guy, so I never got into 11 or 14 at all. Alright, we get the Leap Stone, though, which finally enables us to double jump. And we can do a sweet drop kick in midair, too. That wouldn't surprise me. Bravely Default and Bravely Second are pretty much are Final Fantasy in all but name. But there's a couple of paths I can take from here. Either way is going to require a little bit of backtracking. So I might as well take care of this first. No, wait. Okay. I think I know where I want to go. Ah, okay. Not today, Donkey Kong. Let's see, do I need to go to the... Nah. trying to plan my path out, so I'm not doing I'm doing as little backtracking as possible. Yeah, I've heard of that one, but I haven't actually played that one. Okay, I'll hang on to the stopwatch this time. Okay, in this room we saw Wardo, and that statue moves. We get the Alucard shield, mail, and sword. Now, they look like the equipment we had at the beginning, but it's actually less powerful than anything we have. However, if you equip it all, you do get a special status, which boosts your luck significantly. So it's not a bad thing to have if you're trying to farm items. Now we play the waiting game. Because that other statue moves every other minute. There we go. Game. Thank you. Okay. That seems like a translation error. It should have been Orlok, probably. A reference to the vampire from Nosferatu. Yeah, probably. Although that would be ironic because Nosferatu, when it came out, Bram Stoker's widow actually did level a copyright lawsuit against the filmmakers. I think she did win, and they were ordered to destroy all of the copies of the movie. But obviously, some weren't. And by the time it was found out, it was by then in the public domain. the Dracula novel's not exactly what I'd call easy reading. Okay, now this guy, he pulls a sneaky, because, when he dies and he throws that knife, it actually does hurt you if it hits. Kites and special mongooses. And that just takes us to another warp room. Oh, I forgot I didn't have the, whoop. Yeah, sometimes the stopwatch doesn't kill the enemy, it just, slows it down. Oh, is that Bubsy 3D? I think you did that one for a monthly or something, didn't you? That game was pretty shit. Off regarded one of the worst games on the PS1. I see. You got a jazzy theme for this area. Yeah, I heard that. I heard Parasite Eve was based on a novel as well. Yeah, a sequel to the book. In the background there, that's actually the behemoth from Rondo of Blood. Blood cloak. Not as good as the crystal cloak, but any damage we take, we get hearts. That? No, I'm kidding. I know what you're referring to. Those knights are tough to deal with in this kind of a cramped corridor. Oh, this guy. Yeah, you kill his owl and he's pissed. Okay. We get green tea, which I'm pretty certain, if you look at the, judging by the appearance, that's supposed to be sake. There are a couple of similar examples. I think beer was renamed barley tea, and wine was renamed grape juice. Okay, this is the aforementioned room. It's a tough room to navigate, so I'm gonna hit the save point up here. Yeah, the skeletons with the guns, they can mess you up. Once again, though, Soul Steel is a huge asset here. Right, the shield rod. Extra effective with shield, which on its own doesn't really explain it too well. Now, if you back and forward attacking, gives you a little shield from Gradius, actually, but its real strength is if you have that and a shield equipped at the same time, you press both buttons, and it casts it'll cast a spell particular to that shield. Yeah, like that gave me an offense up. Some of the other shields we'll get later. Combined with some of the other shields in the game, it can get really OP. One of many ways you can seriously break the game. Ugh. There we go. And he still manages to knock me away. There. Yep. There's something important right over there, which I'll have to go through the other side to reach, which involves a pretty, rather difficult boss fight. That takes us back in on the chapel side. That's a unique sub-weapon that doesn't appear too often. You shoot some kind of thunder beam at enemies. It looks really cool, but it drains hearts like a sumbitch. I definitely want to save before this boss, because it has sometimes managed to kick my ass the first time coming through.
Who are you? Open Hell's Gate. Come forth, my servants. The scent of your blood. You're a Belmont. Crush this flea who invades my castle.
Oh. Oh, we didn't get to see the Minotaurs. Sure, you can. Whoop. Whoa, oh jeez. Yeah, they can do combo attacks, too. Okay, got the Minotaur at least. Okay.
I'm certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
So, Richter did a heel turn? Okay, we got Form of Mist, which now enables us to briefly turn into a cloud of mist. Which... let's see. Which will definitely help us get through a few new areas. Actually, I think I'm gonna head back this way. There's at least one... well, a couple areas we can go to now. We have the mist form. Ow. Wait a sec. Make sure I'm in the right area first. Here we go. Appropriately, he drops bananas. Get up here now. Oh God. Yeah, let's put the flea armors. Let's put the fleamen in armor now. Give them axes. Sounds like a great time. God, you guys are... I don't like those things. Oh, there's still another one up there. Stone mask there. And there's conspicuous space behind the bookshelf. Topaz circlet and a holy rod. Restores HP by poison damage. There is one spot in particular where that'll come in very handy. And the holy rod. Not as powerful as the shield rod, but I imagine it is light element, which would be useful against just about everything here. There we go, that's better. And kind of a surprise boss here. Ow. Why are you only doing that attack? Ah, here he goes. Yeah, it's his other deal is he can summon monsters. And because of the Let's Play curse, he's not... There it is. Those Mudmen only... They only appear during this boss fight, so if you're trying to go for a full bestiary and you miss and you kill him before he summons it, you're shit out of luck. Oh no. You're not gonna tell, are you? Takamitsu, Onyx, Frankfurter. The Takamitsu, I think, is... It does not... Oh, because I already had one. Two-handed bamboo sword. Not near as good as what I have now. And then that, I get through the mist. And I get Soul of Bat. So now, I get to turn into a bat and fly. Which will be very nice. Yep, I don't need wall jump anymore. Oh yeah, there is that ability you can do with the bat form. I think it is called Wing Smash. I've never... That's something I haven't been able to pull off so well. And it's not really something that's been particularly useful anyways. So I kind of just ignored it. But here we get a fairy card. And this summons our first familiar. These we actually... Most of these activate on their own, but for the familiars, you have to toggle them manually.
Thank you for giving me life.
So what she's gonna do is she'll use healing items on me as I need them. And as she levels up, she can kind of respond to what's going on accordingly. Like, for example, I've seen when an enemy is using fire attacks on me, she may, and I have a potion that protects me from fire, she'll use it. Familiar that's super OP. I don't know which one you'd be referring to. If you're referring to the sword familiar, which I know once it reaches a certain level, it becomes a weapon you can actually equip. Perhaps. I think all the familiars get some pretty useful abilities once they reach a high enough level. But in order for them to do that, you have to spend a lot of time with them as your active familiar. And then I know there were 2 familiars that were only in the Japanese version of the game that were removed for whatever reason. Probably because they were redundant. One I think was called the Siren, which was almost identical to the fairy, and the Tengu, which was almost identical to the demon. Okay, that's an upgrade for the bat. Lets me shoot fireballs in bat form. We got a magic missile for attacking the darkness. Ice Mail, Bakatoa, and Shaman Shield. How are these? Okay. Shaman Shield's a little bit better. And Ice Mail. Yeah, that is one of the more well-known songs from this. By the way, what's Shaman Shield and Ra do? Oh, intelligence up. Actually, you know what? I should probably keep the mirror on because we're going to have a lot of these, of those petrifying Medusa heads flying through here. Now they have this little puzzle here. I have to hit those gears until I hear a click. Which is, oh, I think that was it. Which is easier said than done though with all these Medusa heads. Okay. go. Steel helmet, gold plate, and star flail. Steel helmet's a little bit better. Star flail, though, still isn't as good as the shield rod. Yeah, unfortunately, they're... Actually, now that I think about it, maybe the star flail might be one of the closest things this game has to a whip.
There is something funny about this wall.
Yeah, so I noticed. Yeah, she'll do that too sometimes. She'll point out, She'll give you little hints. Yeah, the Gradius shields aren't, They don't serve that noticeable a function. They seem mostly just as a little shout out to another Konami series. Just lots of random dead ends, huh? Well, isn't this conspicuous?
This is really suspicious looking.
A little late with that, but thanks again. Healing Mail. Restores HP while walking. I can actually probably put the Ice Mail on. Yeah, this one very, very slowly regenerates HP. Not by enough to make it really worth using for having less defense. Some more single-use items. And then a really pathetic boss. Yeah, not much to him. Definitely looking like a final approach here. Falchion. Still crap. Well, there's the familiar stairway. Now, we are at something of a crossroads. Kind of. Beyond here, we will actually fight Richter.
I've been waiting for you. So it is you. But why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula? Count Dracula
pun wasn't
rises but
intended.
once every century, and my role is over. If I can resurrect him, then the battle will last for eternity.
Right, evil Richter does have a different mugshot. Jeez. Yes. Bastard has all the sub-weapons and item crashes with them.
Magnificent! But now feel my unbridled wrath.
Uh-oh. That's what I was trying to do, the... Oh, Jesus. Actually, yeah, Fairy can help me out at least. What? Holy shit! Okay, that was... Things were going pretty good, to be honest. But... that's in a different game. Actually, maybe I should use this. The cross in this game isn't as good, I don't think, as it is in most others, since...
I've been...
Yeah. Oh, right! Yeah, if it does that...
Magnificent!
Oh.
But now feel my unbridled wrath.
He cheap shots me with that. Oh dear God. Actually, he's gonna be like this. We might as well just cheese him with some of these. He's immune to that. Oh, did I actually throw it off screen? Man, I might be seriously, yeah, I might be seriously under-leveled for trying to do him that way. But, you know, it doesn't really matter anyways, because defeating him like this gets you the bad ending. No, I'm not going to drag the OP any longer. I'm actually going to keep, I was hoping I could at least show the bad ending, but... he was having none of it. I'm just gonna grab some of the... goodies around the area. I guess so. Okay, there's the ghost familiar. Now, what the ghost does is it'll attach to enemies and drain their health. God damn it. But it'll attach to enemies and drain their health. As it gets up to higher levels, though, it'll actually start draining health from them and giving it to you. So that's pretty nice. platinum mail. Okay, it's a little better. Don't know if I would do any better against Richter like this, but again, I'm not gonna bother messing with it. Oh, I was gonna say, I forget if there's anything around this area, but I don't think there is. Actually, I'm gonna head back to the warp room. See, is this where I wanted to go? I believe so. Yes, there is something I want here. Bat form, we can head up here. Not a prism. This is fire. Luck potion. As stock, which I recall is also a two-handed sword. It has a... you do like a charge with it. Garnet, huh? Right, and it's always in a different phase. Which is kind of weird if you think about it. By the way, we got our obligatory blood fountain there, too. No fair jumping. Actually, let me see, is it this room that has... There we go, yeah. How many times do I have to... There we go, I was gonna say, jeez. And there's the sword familiar. Don't know if this one's gonna be more... I don't know which one's going to be most useful. Come to think of it. I mean, they're all fairly useful if you ask me. This gives us access back to the chapel. What I want to do here is run over to the big staircase in here because there's some. Oh, didn't even notice I hadn't killed you yet. There are some items in here we can get. Boomerang. Oh, jeez. Get off me. Honk of Life. Actually, I don't think we have an accessory yet. Improves healing item power. Yeah. Take it for now. Even though... Okay. Even though they call it an Ankh, that's clearly a crucifix. This game does have a spotty translation. By the way, I was going to say I'm not worried about map completion in this, but I realize I should be because it actually does affect the between the good ending and the best ending. Mystic Pendant. Increases MP restoration. Nice. Okay, that completes that. Alright, now we head back. farther away. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the moon. Yeah, yeah. Back in the keep, it looked a lot closer. So, yeah, that's... Well, Alucard mentioned the castle is a creature of chaos. Maybe... maybe the moon is too. Oh, I almost dropped my holy water. By the way, that door looks a little unique. I think if you take a very close look on at the door there, it actually does look like the cover of the Bram Stoker movie. Anyways, here's Orlok or Olrox or whatever. Ow. He's actually pretty formidable. He seems to come off like he's some kind of major minion of Dracula's. Please don't spam that. I'm trying. There we go. That's what I was trying to do that whole time. Yeah, but he doesn't usually give me this much trouble. There. But that was only his first form. He's got a second form, too. The shield doesn't always seem... Oh, okay. At least the Gradius shields worked that time. Huh. As you damage him, those fireballs get faster, too. You can also destroy the hands, but they regenerate fairly quickly, and I'm not sure if it really affects anything. Oh, God. Got that out of your system? There. Yeah, I believe they do. Another bat power-up. Can use echolocation as in bat form, which is mostly useful in one particular area. Touching the stair actually canceled my swing there. Okay, I think... Yeah. I know we're supposed to go next. This way take us there quicker? You're right, I might still be a little bit underleveled. I know I've been kind of semi-speed running the game. Not in a true sense, but just trying to minimize how much backtracking and grinding I'm doing. At least on screen, anyway. dick. You tried. Okay. I think I'm going to take another quick break, and when I come back, I'll be able to finish up the section that I want to do tonight, and then, yeah, I'll see you guys in just a few minutes.